Hello, welcome. Joe here from Scarff Ford. Today we're going to talk about this awesome 2023 Model S. There are two basic versions of the Model S for the 2023 model year. You have the Plaid, or you just have the regular Model S. You could call it the long range, standard range, but the Plaid and the regular Model S, they pretty much have the same range depending on the wheels. If you have the regular wheels like this one does, it has a fully charged range of about 400 miles. If you upgrade to the erected wheels, which are a little bit more aggressive, they create more rolling resistance. They weigh more, so that does take away some of your range, so that goes down to 350 miles. So if you want the maximum range in your Model S, Plaid or non-Plaid, you want to get it with these wheels. And if you don't like the wheel covers, you can remove the wheel covers and you can put like center caps on for a different look. I like the way they look, or obviously you can get a different wheel and tire package. So we have this Model S, and these things are absolutely amazing. I'm a huge fan of Tesla products. I own a Tesla myself. I've been buying and selling Teslas at car dealerships for the last 5 years, and I've bought and sold hundreds of them. And the Model S is definitely one of my favorites. It's like an electric S-Class Mercedes. Maybe that's why they called it the Model S, I don't know. But this thing is absolutely beautiful on the inside outside. It's luxurious, it's quiet. When you're in the Model S, you're in a different class of vehicle. This is a premium luxury sedan designed to go head to head with like the Mercedes-Benz S-Class and other gas and electric versions of luxury sedans. It's quiet, it has an amazing audio system, and these things are close to $90,000, $100,000 brand new, depending on the way they're equipped. So it's a big step up going to a Model S from like a Model 3 or Model Y, which I consider kind of near luxury vehicles. They have a very kind of sparse, minimalist interior. We have a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more luxury styling on the Model S. You have this nice open pore wood trim, beautiful synthetic leather and contrast stitching throughout the interior, synthetic leather on the dashboard, wood trim on the dashboard and doors. Instead of having one screen like on the Model 3 and Y, you have dual screens. You have a big screen right here. Then you have like an electronic gauge cluster, which some people prefer. You can either get a yoke or a regular steering wheel. This one has a regular steering wheel. I like the yoke. Some people aren't crazy about it, so this might be more beneficial to you if you're interested in this specific one. And these things are really fast. Don't just because it's not a Plaid doesn't mean this thing is slow by any means. This does like 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. It has the insane mode. It has the launch mode. It's basically as fast as like the old Model S Ludicrous. You have a drag strip mode. You can control the weight of the steering. This thing is ridiculously quick. The Plaid takes things to a whole new level, but even this car, this Model S is going to be faster than most of the other vehicles on the road. It is just ridiculously fast. And the way the electric cars make power, it doesn't have to rev like a gas engine to get to its peak power band. You don't have to downshift the transmission to the right gear. You just have instantaneous thrust as soon as you hit the accelerator pedal. So driving a performance EV like this is a completely different driving experience than even driving a performance gas car. The acceleration is almost addictive. It's like having your own personal amusement park ride. So this has a lovely upscale interior. The Model S had a complete refresh in 2021. You could almost call it a complete redesign, where the exterior styling was refreshed, but they kind of kept the same basic theme with the interior. The interior was basically completely redesigned. You have this nice center console with the open forward trim, this nice wireless charging pad. You also have this nice suede headliner, nice big roof panel, lots of natural light inside. Tesla doesn't make any sunroofs that open. And honestly, it just adds more complexity to the vehicle when you have an opening sunroof. I think that's why they did away with them. And if it gets too bright out, you can actually get these inserts either from Tesla or from Amazon to block out the light, and they fold up nicely. You can put them in the front or the trunk. So we have this huge screen right here. And it's also nice because they upgraded it so you can tilt it depending on if you want to have it a little bit more centered towards the driver, or you can have it kind of geared towards the passenger side. You can have it rotate towards the passenger side so they can see it a little bit better. Pretty cool. And this screen, and some people ridicule Tesla for having the majority of the functionality in this screen, but it's by design. It's like having an iPad or an iPhone. When you have hard buttons and knobs, they're there forever. You can't change them. This is infinitely reconfigurable, and Tesla is constantly pushing out over their updates. There's actually an update right now to download. They are constantly adding functionality, adding features, improving the safety of the vehicle with these over-the-air updates, and no one seems to be able to do it at the rate of Tesla does. It seems like every month or every 2 months there's a new update. Sometimes they do a big update around Christmas, giving you new features. But if you have premium connectivity, it's not activated in this car yet, but it's $10 a month, and you can stream music. You can also stream like Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. You can't do it while you're driving. You can play video games. You have this really cool toy box where you can access the boom box where you can actually change the sound of the horn. You can talk through the horn. You can make the horn sound like a fart or a goat, or do a drum and bass thing. Pretty cool stuff. You can have the car play a light show. You have a colorizer where you can change the color of your vehicle's avatar to match it if you wrap it or just for fun. So some of the things are helpful. Some of the things are just kind of parlor tricks. You have the whoopee cushion. The kids like that one. There's a multi-track recorder. You can record an album inside your Tesla. There's romance mode. Like I said, some of the things are kind of silly parlor tricks. Some of the things are actually really functional and helpful. You have these really nice cameras, making maneuverability really nice. And it's also like a 360 dash camera. So once you put a USB drive into the USB port in the glove compartment, it'll be constantly recording video footage all around the vehicle. And while it's parked, it'll also record footage. So if someone vandalizes or breaks in your vehicle, it actually can also record inside the vehicle as well. Pretty cool stuff. This is actually pretty helpful. Here's a video of a hit and run. My car, I went to a restaurant, and this guy, as I was getting in my car, this guy's flailing his arms. Hey, stop, stop. He's like, someone hit my car. And he saw that I had a Tesla, and he's pretty savvy, and he knew that they have, recorders. And luckily, my Tesla was able to record the damage, and we got the plate information. So hopefully he can get some recourse for that person who did a hit and run on his car. And by the looks of the people that hit him, they had a pretty nice vehicle, so they could definitely have the insurance, the affordability. And I think, looking at that video, I think they knew what they did, but who knows. But yeah, that dash cam is really helpful, and there's no one else that I know of that has a dash camera like that in a car. We have an amazing air suspension, which makes it ride really nice. It's like riding on air, but it also can gear the suspension towards comfort or to like sportiness. This is a really fun driving vehicle. It's got a really low center of gravity with the battery pack so low. It handles really nice. It's a fun driving vehicle. It's a luxury sedan. It's also a sports sedan. You have Autopilot, which is amazing traffic-aware cruise control, which allows the vehicle to brake and accelerate and steer in its own lane. It's not full self-driving. Full self-driving is pretty awesome. You can subscribe to it for $100 a month or buy it for $8,000. I have it on my Tesla. But Autopilot works pretty good too. It works great on the highway, and you can also use it on regular roads. And it really is a godsend. Like driving on the highway, you don't realize how much mental energy it takes to keep your vehicle centered in the lane on the highway. So this Autopilot is fantastic. So much to talk about. These cars are so different. I could literally go on and on. But you probably don't want to let me talk an hour over about this vehicle, so we'll hurry up this little walk around. Really nice color combination in gray on black synthetic leather. Tesla doesn't use real leather in their cars anymore. I think 2016 or maybe it was 2017 was the last year they put leather in their vehicles. They used what they call vegan leather. It looks and feels convincingly real, so I guess if you can't tell the difference and we didn't sacrifice a cow's skin, I guess it's a good thing. Since we don't have an engine up here, we have a frunk, which gives you more cargo space. It's also a safety feature. You have all this space to absorb crash energy in a frontal collision, making the Model S one of the safest vehicles in the world. The US crash standards, it has very high crash test scores in the US, and then in Europe, when they recently did European crash testing, which is actually more stringent than our US crash testing, the Model S received a top rating. So it's one of the most technologically advanced vehicles on the road, one of the quickest, one of the coolest, and also one of the safest. So if you value your safety, your family and friend safety, then you might want to consider a Tesla, maybe a Model S. It's a nice, big, spacious sedan, very comfortable. Like I said, it's almost like an electric S-Class Mercedes. I have plenty of legroom and headroom back here. Very comfortable place to be. We also have a nice screen back here, which was a recent update when they redesigned the Model S, or gave it a heavy refresh, whatever you want to call it, 2021. So you can access the climate control settings. The rear seats are heated. You can control the music. You can watch movies. You can play video games. You can also play video games in the screen up there. And also, this car has a really fast processor, so probably not on this screen, but on that screen up there, you can play pretty graphic intensive games, and you can actually get like a wireless keyboard and mouse, or like a wireless Xbox style controller to play the games. Even though the Model S has a sedan profile, it has a very functional lift back, making it easier to put cargo in and cargo out of the vehicle. You have this cargo area cover that's easily removable, and you can fold down those seats flat, turning it into almost like a little cargo van if need be. So this thing is a lot more versatile than a regular sedan. And you have even more storage under here. Since there's no gas tank or exhaust system, you have lots of space. And let's talk about reliability and service costs. Obviously, you're going to save money on electricity versus gas. Luckily, we have some of the lowest utility rates in the whole country, thanks to us getting a lot of our energy from hydroelectric. So we in the Pacific Northwest, we can really benefit from EVs because we have really low electricity rates here. And we actually have really high gas prices. I mean, gas prices sometimes is $4 or $5 a gallon. So even more so, us in the Pacific Northwest, we can benefit from an EV. But the other thing that people don't realize with EVs is that you'll save money on maintenance. This does not have an internal combustion engine, and you'd compare this not to like a Honda Civic, you'd compare this to like a BMW or Mercedes at this price point, at this level of luxury. And we all know BMW, Mercedes, and high-end cars like that, they need more intensive and more expensive services than the basic car like a Camry or Corolla or a Civic. But since this only has dozens of moving parts, electric motors and a battery is very, very simple. They don't need complex maintenance. There's no oil changes, no big 30, 60, 90K services, no timing belts, no timing chains, no complex emission control systems, no oil leaks. All that stuff is out the window. So pretty much your biggest maintenance items on this thing will be tires. You want to change the cabin filter every once in a while. It has a big cabin filter which cleans and filters the air. That's a whole different story. I could go on and on just about the cabin filter and the biodefense mode that this car has. I could go on for another 5 minutes about that. Don't have the time. And you know, wiper blades. So that's pretty much it for maintenance. And you have a long warranty. When you buy a car that can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds for a gas car, usually has a high performance like turbocharged or supercharged engine. Usually you don't have a very long warranty in that engine, maybe up to 50, 60 or 70,000 miles. But this has a balance, obviously it's not brand new, this has a balance of an 8-year, 150,000 mile warranty on the drive units and electric motors. So that's like a 150,000 mile warranty on your engine, your powertrain. There are not that many gas cars that go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and make over 600 horsepower that have a 150,000 mile warranty on the engine. And that's amazing. So a lot of people that are worried about, oh, how long is the battery going to last? When am I going to have to replace the battery? Well, the jury's out. You know, EVs, we're finding out, are actually lasting longer than gas cars. The average life expectancy of a gas car is about 150,000 miles. This is warranted up to 150,000 miles. There are a lot of older S's that have older, less reliable battery technology than this one. They have 300, 400,000 miles on the original battery. Don't take my word for it, do some research. Look at the Facebook Tesla High Mileage Club. There are plenty of examples out there with lots and lots of miles on them. And brakes. Brakes is another big maintenance item. Generally, that can be pretty expensive. On a high-performance car, front and rear brakes could be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, sometimes more if they're fancy Brembos or carbon ceramic brakes. This has high-performance brakes, but since you use regenerative braking, you use the electric motors to brake the vehicle to put the energy back in the battery. You're not actually using the actual brakes that much, so it's not uncommon to have brakes on EVs like this go past 100,000 or even 150,000 miles. I could go on and on. But anyways, if you're looking for a nice luxury sedan that's all electric and low ownership costs, low maintenance costs, look no further than the Tesla Model S. It is amazing. And thanks for watching.